Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Now, here at CTC, we love the Mars Perseverance rover, not just because it has recently landed on an alien planet after a space flight of 9 months, not just because it's already sending back images of the red planet's surface and has a drone packed aboard it and intends to return samples to the Earth, not just for those reasons, but also because its parachute had a code inbuilt into it by NASA. I mean, this is fantastic stuff. Now, NASA dropped a hint that there was a code in the parachute, and a Reddit group immediately cracked it, and well done to them. But if you had been trying Reverence Puzzle Hunt recently, you would have some experience with binary and ASCII codes. Now, I understand the way that the code worked, and I haven't really studied it heavily, is that the red and the white segments in circles starting from the inside spell letters, effectively, by treating 10 segments in a row as a binary code. So, this is here with the red dots, the red pieces on the outside. This is the end of, so that ends in a number of zeros, then 1001, which is the number 9, and that translates to I. The next one is red, 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 white, that's 1110, which is 14, and that is N. Then we have 111, which is G, because it's 7. And then 10011, so we're adding 1, 2, and 16 to get 19, which is S. So those were the last 4 letters of the message, which spelt Dare Mighty Things, which is apparently NASA's project motto on the Mars Perseverance mission, and has been spelt out in the parachute that they released photos of as it dropped the car-sized rover down to the planet's surface. Fascinating stuff. And the main reason, of course, that we love the Mars Perseverance rover is it has inspired a puzzle. And this has been sent to us by a correspondent called Wombat Breath from Australia, who has actually, his vision of this puzzle was even more detailed. Hang on a second. So, yeah, there we go. So this was his version of the puzzle. Obviously, the very, very dark night sky surrounding Mars most of the time. I suppose the rover down here with its wheels, red planetary surface bits, I think, and I don't know what that is. This is probably the parachute coming in, isn't it? Yeah, and the little blue marble in the corner, which is, I mean, I guess if Mars can sometimes be seen as red from the Earth might be visible as blue from Mars. I assume that's what that is. Now, I will get to the puzzle rules in a moment, but mentioning Reverence Brilliant Puzzle Hunt, we published the solution yesterday, I think, on Patreon. And we're still getting successful entrants for the Tracking the Triptych puzzle hunt. Over the last couple of days, we have had correct entries from Pat Holly, Judd Cooley, Paul David, Andreas Meyer, Max Chase, Carolyn Hartz, and Johnny Kaufman. Very well done to those of you who did that. It was a pretty hard Sudoku hunt. But the light relief for anybody who's been struggling with it, or perhaps just much better news, we are releasing a new and somewhat easier, although possibly longer, Sudoku hunt in 4 days' time. No, 3 days' time on Patreon. So well worth joining Patreon. If you haven't already, this might be the thing that tips you over to it. New puzzle hunt coming out from Cracking the Cryptic. We're really looking forward to that. Also, of course, there are all our apps on the links under the video. Now, this puzzle is basically, what are the rules here? As I say, Wombat Breath sent it in, and there are a number of rules. So none of them are very shocking, but there is a good mixture of stuff going on here. So we have a killer cage up here. Let me just move the parachute a bit. And that, obviously, the digits in that add up to 38. We have a little killer clue in which the digits on that diagonal, which can include repeats, add up to 15. We have a number of lines. Now, whether they're green, red, or orange, and maybe they're both red actually down there, the lines are palindromes, and therefore they read the same forwards as backwards. And that means that, for instance, these two digits must be the same. We also have small dots. These mean wherever a white dot appears, the two cells it joins are consecutive numbers. Wherever a black dot appears, the two cells it joins have a ratio of 1 to 2. And then finally, I hope, we have these larger circles with a number in. These are quadruples clues, and it kind of means that one of these 4 cells around this quadruple clue of 1 has to have a 1 in it, at least one of them. In fact, in that case, you could theoretically have 2 of them with a 1 in it and still be obeying normal Sudoku rules, which also apply. So there we go. Those are the rules of the Mars Perseverance puzzle. Do give it a try on the link under the video. I'm going to try it now, finally. Let's get cracking. And let's start with what's not in the cage. If that cage adds up to 38, I do have one little secret. The numbers 1 to 9 add up to 45. So, and they must appear in this box, all of those. So the box adds up to 45. The cells that are grey add up to 38. These other cells add up to 7. They have to be 1, 2, and 4 to be different. And they are linked by these black Kropke dots. So 2 has to be in the middle, so that 1 and 4 can both have a ratio of 1 to 2 with it. And that's a start. That 2 is not in a helpful position on the palindrome because it doesn't have a kind of mirror cell anywhere, so that we can't use. Now this run of 4 digits can't have a 3 in it. Let's say that, because within the box 3 would have to connect to 4 if it was on the run, or 2, and it can't do either. So 3 is in one of those cells, and therefore on one of the ends of those 2 palindromes, so that this run of 4 cells is either 5, 6, 7, 8 or 6, 7, 8, 9. And therefore these come from 3, 5 or 9. They're the leftover numbers, as do those. Okay, not sure how we can use that. Right, so where can we go for further information? I should have mentioned that I think the blue planet here is just for decoration. That's not telling us anything about that cell. Look, we've got 2 black Kropke dots down here joined by a white one. Now, the interesting fact here is that any 2 dots joined by a white have to be 1 odd and 1 even because they're consecutive numbers. Now that may sound like a fatuous statement, but there aren't that many dots that can appear on black. Sorry, there aren't that many odd numbers that can appear on black Kropke dots. There is only 1 or 3. 5, 7 and 9 can't be divided or multiplied by 2 to give a Sudoku number, is the point. So these are a pair that either includes 1 or 3. And I don't think they can be they can't have a 1 actually. If you put a 1 in either of these positions, it's going to have to be flanked by a 2 on both sides, and that's not possible. So I think they have a 3 on those. They are from 2, 3 and 4. And I've also just noticed this 2 clue. 2 in this box is in those 4 cells. So that can't be a 2. And this is now going to be 6 or 8. I think that is all it can be, because the other possibility from a 4 would be a 2, but that would be a 2 if that was a 4. This one is now, it's got a few more possibilities. It could be 1 or 4 from a 2, 6 or 2 or 8. My God, okay. Well, I'm not quite getting what to do down there, but this on the end of the palindrome has become 6 or 8. Now there is a 3 here, so one of these 2 is a 6, and that's important up here, because now neither of these 2 can be a 6. Do you see? One of these on the white dot has to be a 3, and on the black dot, wherever a 3 is, it will join to a 6. So one of those 2 cells is a 6 in the column. 6 can't be there. 6 is up here. And now this is either 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, that would have to go that way round. Or 6, 7, 8, 9. That would also have to go that way round. So there are only 2 possible fills for each cell. And that tells us, as well as 6 having to be in that column, 7 has to be in that row, 8 has to be in the final column, and this is not 8. Oh, that's beautiful. It looks straight back to the end of the rover, and that has to become a 6. That's very good. Okay, so 3 there. This is now 2 or 4. Oh, that's not very helpful on this one. This can't be 6, but all the others still remain possible. That's very annoying. Now, what else? Oh, this is no longer 3. Right, so we know which one of these has the 3. The 3 is up here. We can put that 3 in, and that one is not a 3 either. Okay, this is 5 or 9. And that hasn't resolved which way round, or sorry, which set of 4 digits that is. Sorry, excuse me one moment. The door. Right, door answered. Apparently nobody else was available to answer it. They don't care about my train of thought. Anyway, so where did we get to? We got the 3s, we got this 5, 9 pair, 6, 3. Ah, look, you could miss this actually. These are in between, holding these wheels of the rover together. There are these white dots. And those are just Kropke dots. So these are connected and these are connected. And that means, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. Well, okay, it means 6 is, well, 6 is somewhere in these cells because it can't be in any of those. And yes, 6 is looking down at those two. So 6 is in one of these 2 cells with 5 or 7. Oh, 9 is in this circle. So 9 has to be in the other pair with an 8. So that's not an 8. Oh, that could still be a 1. I mean, we knew 2 was going to be on, well, we now know 2 is definitely on that dot. So these can't be 6, 3, 2, 9, 8. That is not quite as restricting as I thought we were going to get. They can still be 1, 4, 5 or 7. Oh, and there's got to be a 1 on this circle here. So, 1 can't be here because it would have to be next to 2 in both directions. So this is a 1. And that means this isn't a 1. And that means these don't have a 4 on. Oh, this is a fascinating puzzle. I love the way it really intricately works together, presumably like Percy the rover. Now, 1 is definitely up here, in fact. That's the only place it can be left in the column. So it must be in one of those 2 cells on the other end of the palindrome. Can it be here? 1, 2, 4, 3 or 5? Yes, it can. Ah, irritating. Right, 6, 3, 2, 4. These are from 1, 5, 7, 8 or 9. Now, is it time to look at the little killer clue? I mean, there's no way this can be a 9, presumably. Yeah, 1 is definitely in one of these 2 cells in the box, so that can't be a 1. That's got to at least be 2. You'd be going at a minimum after a 9. 9, 11, 13, 16. So there's no way that's a 9. I think it can't be an 8 as well. 8, 2, 2. This would be a 1, 2 pair. That is impossible because which cell would they join onto? Which can't be a 1, 2 or 3. So that is impossible. Now it might get a little harder to rule it out. 7, 2, 2 is 9. Then these would have to add up to, no, 7, 2, 2 is 11. Try and do the maths right. Yeah, that doesn't work. This would have to be a 1, 3 pair to make 15. So this is 1 or 5. I don't know if we're using that or whether I'm just messing around really here, because I don't think I can rule out a 5. 5, 2, 2 is 9. then these can add up to 6, and they could easily be 1 and 5 or 2 and 4. So yeah, I can't rule out a 5 as far as I can see. But, okay, sorry, I've been looking in the wrong place there for a little while. What else should I be looking at? Now, those have a... this is either 1, 5 or 7. And it's connected to this, which is therefore even, and is 2, 4 or 8, the remaining even numbers in the box. This one can't be a 1, so it must be even as well. Again, 2, 4 or 8. This is odd. And I don't know how that's helping me at all. Oh, I tell you what, this is quite weird actually. 3 even cells here. I'm just going to colour them for a bit. And there must be another even cell here, because as revealed, a white dot has an even and an odd cell on. So these 4 must all be odd, which is odd. That one's even as well. I don't know how to use this though. There's a 1 even and 1 odd here. There's a domino there, a domino there. But these could both be even easily. 1, 2, 3. But they can't both be odd. So that must be odd as well. 1, 2, 3. Yes, these can't both be even in fact, because these are using up 3 of the evens. So that's an even and an odd. And either includes a 1 or a 3, which is quite a peculiar finding. Not 4. It's either 1, 2 or 3, 6. I don't think I can use that particularly, but it's still nice to know it. Now, where else should I have probably sprung something over here that I haven't even been using yet? Now, oh, this pair. It can't have a 1 in it. It can't be 2, 4, because that would make this cell impossible. And it can't be 4, 8 either, because then this would become 2 and this would become impossible. So this is a 3, 6 pair, which fixes where 6 goes on the... Ooh, I'm still in colours, sorry. Which fixes where 6 goes on the wheels of the rover. Now this is either... Oh, I'll tell you what, it can't be 5 or 7 because it's on a black dot. So it's either 2 or 4. So we know that this is 3 and this is 6. This is really nice. We've got a 1, 5, 7 triple in the row now. So everything else is from 2, 4, 8 or 9. 3 there means that 3 is in one of these 2 cells. I mean, I'm prepared to... I'd like to guess it's in that, but I'm not going to do that. Now, I wouldn't like to guess. I just guess that it probably is. I'm not going to actually, wouldn't even do anything about that in a competition. This can't be 6, actually. It C's a 6, so that can't be 3. 1, 5, 9, 2. Oh, should I be using this palindrome? Maybe this one. I don't know what I should be using now. Sorry. These were all odd, weren't they? That doesn't really help. Do I? No, I don't. There's either a 2 or a 6 on that. That doesn't sort anything out. This has to be 2, 1, 3, 5 or 7. That's not very helpful. Oh, this is on a 2, 4 pair. So that is 2, 4 or 8, and that's on the palindrome. There you go. That might do something. And it's connected to this, which is not a 2, but it could still be 8, 4. It can't be 1 actually, because 1 in the box is confined up there. Right, is that useful? Could still go 4, 2, 4 and not use an 8 on the line at all. Oh, I'm missing something here. Come on, Mark. Persevere. That is the thing to do with perseverance. Now, 2, 4, 8, 1, 5, so that's a 1, 5, 7 triple. No, I'm not seeing what to do. Sorry. Let's keep thinking about this. I don't think I can still use this 15 properly. Diagonal. How about this set? The only way 3 could be in this group is if that's 3, 6 there, 1 and 2 there. That seems all right. Don't see why not. Yeah, sorry, I'm just missing something here. Let me just... One of those has to be a 4. Is that of any use? Slightly, actually. It means that these can't involve a 4, so these can't involve a 4, so the 4 in the row, in row 7, is in one of those 3 cells. And not here. Oh, but that doesn't quite... I'm probably missing something on a white dot that's just sitting there telling me which way round it goes. I bet I am somewhere. Come on, focus, find it. I don't know, maybe not. Right, this then has to be, the only numbers it can be that go on a black dot that aren't 3 are 1, 2, 4, 6, and oh no, it can't be 2 as well. So could it really be 1? No, because that would need a 2 here. 4, 6, or 8. So this is 2, 8, 3, or 4. This can't be a 3, 6 pair. Ah, come on. Just need one more thing here, really. 8, 9 pair there. Oh, whatever this is has to be in this group. So 9 would be easy. 5 would make this a 5, which would make this a 5. Which in column 3 would make this a 5. And that doesn't work. This is a bit complicated, I admit, a bit of a chain here. But if these were 5 on the end of this palindrome, that would become 5. On the palindrome, that would become 5. The only place for a 5 in column 3 would be there. And there is no place for a 5 in box 5 then, because it can't sit on this end of the palindrome and be there. And it can't go in that cell. So they're not 5, they are 9. I'm going to use it. I have no shame. 8, 7, 6, 5 can go in up there. Now, this isn't 7, 8, or 9. That's a 1, 5 pair. This isn't 5, nor is it at the other end. So this isn't 4. Ah, now that's 2 or 8. This must be 4. This must be 2. This is 4. It's intriguing how much that does suddenly do. This is not 7 or 9, it's 3 or 5. 2, 4. Okay, that may have just run out a bit. No, hang on, this involves 2 or 8. So it's either 1, 2 and 1 or 3, or 8 and 7 or 9. Not that useful, perhaps. Although it does mean 4 is in this row, this column, sorry, in box 4, and in this column in box 1. Ah, nearly breaking open now. 3, 2, 4, 1, 6, 2, come on, 3. How about those 9? Okay, that meant that couldn't be a 9, so that doesn't stop this being an 8 yet. 6 and 4, not possible there.
They also can't be 1 because 1 is in one of those cells, for instance, or 3. 6, 2, 4, 1, 3 are not possible. So 5, 7, 8 or 9 are possible. Oh my goodness, 6 on the end of a palindrome. Sorry, I don't know how long you've been shouting at me to put that in, but there we go. Now, does that actually help? Now I've got it. It puts 6 in one of these positions. 6 can't be there because that's that's even, so that's odd. So it does place 6 in box 2, which puts it in one of those two. This one, okay, that's even. Let's do a little bit more marking of colours. And that is odd, so that is even. It doesn't help me resolve what it is, but that's even down there as well. They're all even. I'm probably doing far more colouring than I absolutely need for anything. I don't know with that. 6, 3, 5, 8. So this pair and this pair must involve an even number each that's not 6. Oh, and 1 is there. So one of them involves a 1. One of these pairs is a 1, 2 pair. It could be here. No, it can't. It can't be here because if that was a 1, that can't be a 2. So the 1, 2 pair is up there. One of those is on that diagonal, isn't it? Rather unsurprisingly, it's a low number. That probably doesn't help. But 1 is now in one of these two cells in box 5, and in one of those two in box 6. So therefore at the bottom of box 4. So that can't be a 1. And this can't be a 2 now. And this one can't be a 2. That's not. Just eliminating candidates one at a time. That is a very slow way to go about things. This puzzle is much harder than I thought it looked, actually. Very nice. Right, one of these two is a 6 by Sudoku. So, seems likely to be that one. If it was there, then this pair would use the 6. The 4 would be up there. The 8 would have to be here, and this would be 2, 1. Well, I kind of knew that if that was a 6 anyway. That's not a revelation. Oh, come on. I bet I'm missing something just staring at me like that palindrome was, and me totally ignoring it. I know somebody says that the best thing to do is always just look where your cursor is and it's there, but I don't quite know what to look at where my cursor is. Like, should I be looking at Sudoku here, the 15 clue, some other, you know, should I be looking at cell geometry or something? What about the 15 clue? Ah, this has to be at least 4 now. So the minimum is 4, 5, 7, 8. That still lets this be anything up to 7. Actually, it can't be 9, 8, 6 and 5. Come on. This one can't be 1, 2, 3, 6 or 7. So it's 4, 5, 8 or 9. Actually, I don't think it can have a 4 in it because one of those must. Okay, so it's got a bit bigger now. The minimum 1, 5, 2 is 8. But a 5 is still possible there. Actually, that can't be a 1 because the 1 in the box is there. Okay, the only way this could be a 5 is 5, 2, 2, 5, 1. Now, is that impossible? Don't think it is. Could this be a 7? 7, 9, 14. No, that's not a 7. It's 2, 3, or 4. Can this be a 9? I'm sure it can't actually. Oh, probably can't be an 8 either. Let's try with an 8. 8 and 2 is 10. 1 there is 11. 3 and 1, or even 2 and 1. It can be 8 or 9. Oh, I thought we were onto it there, and we're not, or I'm not. How about 7 in this box? Can it be in this cell? That would put 8 here. Looks all right. Okay, I'm really missing something badly here. I'm going to persevere though. That is what this puzzle is all about, is perseverance. And I am going to do that till the end. Come on. Something on the dots. There's so many dots and I just haven't been paying full attention to them all probably. We're done up there. That's a 1, 2 pair. 6. So 3 is confined to one of those 2 cells by Sudoku. Should I be parity colouring everything? It seems a very tedious way to go, but I'm not achieving much else to be fair. So let's parity colour the cells where I know what they are. Those ones are odd. Actually, there's quite a few odd ones around, and maybe that's what I've been missing. Okay. Let's go crazy and parity colour all the non-grey cells that I've got. Okay, well some of that was wrong. Those 3 and 1 should have been odd. That's odd as well. No, don't know there. Oh, that one is not. Sorry. Let me try and get this right. Now, 5, 7, 8, and 9. We don't know that there's an 8 there. That could be 2, 4. That would be quite useful to rule 8 out of those, certainly from the parity perspective. Got a pair there, 1, 2. Is any row or column complete with its 4 blues or 5 oranges? Maybe I'm going to have to go so far as to do these ones as well. Orange there, blue there. Yeah, that works. Okay, so column 9 is obviously complete, but that's not adding anything to what I know. That is a different parity from that. I can't see how to use that. I knew it. I knew this wasn't a profitable way to do things at all, and yet I still did it. Probably a definition of madness. Okay, one of those is even, so there has to be an even up here. That will finish the 4 evens, so this becomes odd. Okay, I suppose I didn't know that. Don't know how to use it. I mean, it's 5 or 7 actually. It sees lots of other odd digits. That is a surprising discovery. It does mean that's not a 5-7 pair, but it couldn't have been anyway because it wouldn't have worked with that pair. 1, 5, 7, 8, 9. So if that was a 3, 8 would be on the line here. Those would both be odd. Those would both be even. There's no problem with that. The trouble is lots of different patterns can still work from this point, unfortunately. Wow. Okay. I didn't get led to understand that this puzzle was this difficult, so I'm probably just being a little bit slow on something. And if you're waiting for me to spot something that you've seen for ages, all I can do is apologize about that. This can be 5 or 7. 3 and 9 have gone. So, and this can't be 6. Is that useful? That's 4 or 8. 1, 2, 3. So 9 is definitely here in one of these two. That's not really interesting information. Maybe it still is this diagonal. If that was a 9, we are on 2. Oh, it's absolute nonsense. What? No, it's not. Not 1, 9, 2, 2, 1. That is 15. That works fine. Doesn't it? It looks like it works fine to me. My goodness. The puzzle and the planet that does not give up its secrets easily. 1, 5, 7, 3. Three and 2 have to be in that run of cells. Doesn't feel very interesting or useful. If that was a 4, that would make this 6 or 8. Oh, one of these has to be 6, 3, doesn't it? No, even that's, yes, it does. Because otherwise they would be 1, 2, 4, 8, and that can't be 3, 6. In fact, these numbers are from 1, 2, 4, and 8. They can't be 1 and 2 because they'd clash with that. So they're both even, and that's quite a jump in parity, isn't it? That's a domino, 1 odd and 1 even. I don't know. No, there's definitely a 4 in one of those two cells. Ah, yes, because it's either 2, 4 or 4, 8. And there was definitely a 4 in this group. So they meet there. So let us take out the 4 from those. This can no longer be a 2. Still don't know its parity for sure. Oh, hang on. These don't go together at all. This can't be a 2, I was saying. Oh yes, this can't be an 8 because we don't have a 4 here. So we now finally know that that is a 6. 3 there. Might as well parity colour that just in case it sparks something. This is now a 1. Wow, that was a tough find. 1, 2, 6, 3, 4. This can't be 1, which is useful because now the 1 on the palindrome, which had to be in one of those cells, is on the end. It's there. That is next to a 2 here, so that can't be 2. 6, 2, 4, so there has to be an 8 in these cells. Either 8, 7 or 8, 9. There's a 2 there, so these can't use a 6, but they must use an even number. It must be a 4. It must be there. That is 3 or 5. The 6 is on this pair, which are therefore from 5, 6 and 7. Oh, I don't think that... Oh, that's not the 6 because we've got a 6 in that row. Scanning as well as Simon gets me that. No, that's not fair. If I was going to be Simon, I'd be entering this number like that. 6, 5 or 7 there. 7, 8 or 9. But that could... Oh, that can't be 3. The only place 3 can go in the box is there. That gives us the 3 in the central box. That one can't be 3 anymore. Let's colour that one blue. I'm not going to find anything from that. I know this now. The parity colouring was a waste of time this time. 3 in row 6 now has to be here. That's not a 3. That doesn't resolve. Oh, I've got to get a 7 into this column. I hadn't seen that before. Maybe I should have been asking about a 7 in that column before. 5 there. 8 there. That's not 8. This is 5, 7 or 9 still. Don't know which. Oh, that can't be 3. So the 3 in the bottom row is here. 3, 4. Still, that doesn't resolve this at all. Oh, what a puzzle. This is brilliant. This is now a 1. 4 in the central cell. That's not 4. I didn't ever think it really was. 4, 3, 1, 2, 6. Okay, it should be focusing on something else. 1, 4 or 8 there. 1 or 8, in fact. It can see a 4. Oh, it can see a 1, so that's an 8, a naked single. 4 there, not 4 there. But definitely 4 here if that's 2 or 8. Not 4 there. That's palindrome as well as that 4 is deciding that. Let's remove the corner mark. 6, 5, 3, 1, 2. Now 7 and 9 have to be here in this column, so that's not 7, that's a 5, that's a 4. This is now, ooh, 7, 8, 9. Now that's interesting for the little killer clue. If that's 8 or 9, I don't think this can be 4 anymore. 8, 12, 14, no, that would be too much. Oh, it couldn't be 4 anymore anyway. Oh well, got there in the end. 4, 1 there. Now, 1, 3, 5, these two add up to 10. Ah, there's still 2 ways of doing that. Oh, but that's not a 9. So 7, 9, 8, that must be a 2. No, what? Ah, something's gone wrong. Because this little killer is adding up to 14. Oh my goodness, what have I done now? I'm going to sort of try and finish it off with what I've got. And then work out, if I can, what I've done wrong. And that may be absolutely not the recommended approach to try and unwind a problem, and I might have to go back and do it differently. That's not 5. In fact, it's not 9. How have I gone wrong here? This is so depressing. With everything else working, how is that little killer clue wrong? That can't be 9, 5, so it's a 7, 8 pair, which goes that way round. Still don't know about that. 5 and 8 to go in. I mean, this all looks right. I will be very lucky if I'm unable to unwind this. I'm not expecting it to work at all. 5. These become 7 on the palindromes. Like, it all looks like it works, apart from this. 1, 3, 5, 13, 14. How do I get one of those numbers to be a tiny bit bigger without throwing the whole grid into disarray? Could swap 3 and 2 there. No, it doesn't work over here. 2 and 1, no, definitely not. 8 and 9 there. 8 and 9 there, but that would require me to swap 8 and 9 there, and that's not going to happen. 1 and 2 there, no. I'm baffled. I bet I get a tick for this. Oh no, I don't. Okay, something else is wrong. Got too many 7s. Wow. Yeah, okay. I do see that this has been a disaster in some way. That would have to be a 9. But I can't put... Okay, that can be a 9. Oh, still don't know what I did there. Right, that one I'm saying can be 9. That makes that 9. Now this has to become 7. Oh, this becomes 7 and this becomes 9. Now I need these two to be 8, 7. So let's just get rid of those numbers. We'll get rid of these 3. Now can I put a 9 here to make the little killer clue work? No, because I need a 9 up here. Ah, but this can't be a 9. This is a 9. 7 there, 8 there, 7 there, 8 on the earth. Well, let's see if I get a tick for that. My goodness, that is right.
this little killer clue works. I don't know what went wrong there, but it was recovered. And maybe that's an omen for the Mars mission. My God, that was hard to figure out. I'm so sorry about whatever I did at the top. In fact, let's wind back and see where it first went wrong, because there's so much of this that is right. Then the cells that I got wrong were, no, not that one, those, that. So when did I first, oh, and this of course, so probably all of these three. So when did I first enter one of those in the solve? And what did I get wrong? Let's have a look. So I was solving along. Now the top left's gone. See, had it gone wrong at this point? Because that has to be a 7. Oh, I've pencil marked these wrong. That should not be 7 or 9. That's the problem. That is 7 or 8. So filling in a 7 there is insane. My God. Right. Well, my sincere apologies about that. One wrong pencil mark in these things, and it really can throw you. So that's a 2. That makes this a 1 and that a 2. Then I should be doing the little killer clue and it becomes a 9. 7, 8 there. 9 there. 1 and 7 here. I mean, it is amazing actually how sometimes these do turn into little parables. This was about perseverance in many ways, especially once I had the problem. And I really shouldn't have mocked Simon for occasionally putting the wrong digit in a cell before he puts the right one in, because he does then put the right one in, and now I feel very guilty about that. And that is just not very impressive. Anyway, got to the end in the end with perseverance, and thank you so much to Wombat Breath for the puzzle, which has not only been a brilliant diversion, I think, and brilliant tribute to the Mars rover, but also an excellent lesson for me in taking a bit more care. So let's just check. Yeah, there we go. That is the right solution in case you're jumping to the solution. The parity colouring, absolutely pointless, never got me. Did it? No, that's okay. Maybe even that's unfair. It got me that this cell was either 5 or 7, which I did use later. So maybe it was worth it. I'd be very interested to know how you did there. I'm sure many of you will have taken far less than 49 minutes to do that. But I enjoyed it quite a lot in the end. Fascinating puzzle. Thank you for following us as always and for watching this nonsense on YouTube. And hope to see you again next time. Bye for now.